guys, what's up? It's me, Cujo, here with your Scum Nation review of Dying Light. Let's just get right into it, okay? First off, I want to go over your storage. This is everything that's within your inventory. You guys must pay very close attention to your storage space. You will max yourself out, especially when it comes to acquiring weapons. So you gotta make sure you guys end up going, and you guys gotta make sure that you end up finding a safe house, going into a backpack like I was just there, and distributing items in there. One of the good bonuses is that with items you are not going to find yourself encumbered, so it's not going to do anything as it relates to your stamina and things like that, which is a huge bonus because speed is everything. If you notice on the mini-map, I have this arrow behind me that's turning real red. These are one of the elite zombies. They're very high skilled, high powered, and they are the only zombies that are able to vault over fences like this. They will constantly follow you guys unless you guys end up getting out of their range of sight. So movement is very huge. Keep an eye on your stamina and everything will be okay. As far as the way the climbing and everything goes, at times it feels very fluent, but then at times the climbing feels extremely clunky. Even when you do have your climbing skill boosted up some. My skill tree is still relatively low in most areas as it relates to agility, but I've been working on that and I've given myself faster climbing and it still feels clunky. You guys are going to experience a lot of clunkiness, especially when it's coming to like hanging on ledges or jumping to and from ledges as far as that parkour style is concerned. It just feels very awkward and it doesn't feel very natural. It's going to be a very huge transition for you guys that have never played Dead Island before, the way that the controls are. They'll feel very foreign, but after a half hour or so, you guys will get into the rhythm and stuff like that. So, one of the other things that I wanted to explain is that when it comes to the multiplayer aspect, it's just like Dead Island. People can join you at any time, or randoms can join you if they're close by. One of the other things that we want to take a look at here are the skill trees. There's 3 different skill trees: survivor, agility, and power. Power is mainly, of course, with fighting dudes. Agility would be your parkour areas as far as, you know, climbing, getting away from stuff. And survivor rank is for scavenging. They all come really handy, and each player is going to have their own different way. I'm more of an agility person. I don't like the one-on-one confrontations, so my basic skill tree is going to be mostly agility. Some of you guys have a different play style where you guys will play survivor, or you guys will play with power because you like a lot of those one-on-one confrontations. You guys must be very careful when it comes to the confrontations with zombies. The AI is not as stupid as you might seem. So you guys got to make sure that you got to try to keep the fights as much as one-on-one as possible. If you notice, like before, how I'm running here, I'm trying to stay away from the main roads because the zombies do swarm them. Occasionally you guys will come across randoms that'll need help. If you end up rescuing them, they'll probably end up giving you money. In some cases they may try to fight you back. It depends on how hostile they are or whatnot. I want you guys to keep a close eye on the mini-map right here. You notice that blue icon that just ended up flashing up? That is a supply drop. Supply drops will come every so often. I would figure anywhere between 20 to maybe 45 game minutes. It depends, it's quite random. You'll notice an airdrop is close by because your controller will violently shake in your hand. Keep an eye up in the air and try to grab the supply drops before the savages do, or the other randoms. Sometimes you guys will have confrontations with other gang members trying to get the supplies, so it's imperative that you guys get there first and then get the hell out as soon as possible. Weapons. When it ends up coming to weapons, you'll notice my icon on the HUD right there on the lower right hand side. Right now it's gray for my machete right here. You'll notice I also have a 3 and a 5 cog. The 5 cog is what I can modify. The 3 right there with the little hammer is how many times I can repair my tool. You guys must keep an eye on that. If it starts changing bright red, you guys need to either fix it or get rid of the weapon. Once that weapon ends up hitting 0 as far as repairs, it's pretty much useless. You're gonna have to dispose of it and get rid of it. If you guys are playing multiplayer with friends and co-op, scavenging vehicles is huge. Police cars, ambulances, everything that you need to do would be in there as far as high-powered items, health, stuff like that. Crafting right here is a very huge thing. You see I'm trying to craft lockpicks so I can get back here. The difference between here and Dead Island is that you can craft anywhere on the spot. Huge bonus compared to how it was in Dead Island, where you could only craft on crafting tables. It's going to come real handy. Sometimes you'll find yourself in sticky situations where you got to duck inside a building, craft an add-on to your weapon, and keep going. If you guys are working in groups like myself and the rest of the scumbags here, Yayo and Tricksta407, it's imperative that you guys work together. 2 guys keep the zombies away while the other one ends up picking locks. Lock picking is exactly how it is in Skyrim. Exactly, to the T. So if you guys are very familiar with that class in Skyrim as far as being a thief, this is going to come very natural. Those of you guys that aren't used to picking locks and stuff like that, or have never played Skyrim before, there is a slight level of change, or I should say there's a learning curve, so to speak, as far as picking locks. It's not that bad. The harder locks are obviously hard, but once you get a couple of easy ones in your belt, I don't think you're going to have very many issues at all. One of the other things that you guys want to make sure is stay away from guys like that with backpacks on their back. A lot of them are explosive, especially those with tanks like you just saw there. If you do end up hitting a tank, it will catch on fire. You can also use those guys as proximity mines or bombs when there's large groups of guys around. So basically you can run up, take the risk, run up in the middle of a horde, hit the back of a tank, and then run off. Zombies are both weak and extremely beefed up, overpowered. It just depends. It's completely random. Some guys you'll end up hitting headshots repeatedly and they just will not go down. They soak it up like a sponge. When it comes to that, you're best off just taking a couple of hits or hitting them on the ground and basically just running away. The game has been extremely fun. Those of you guys that love Dead Island are going to immediately love this game. This is everything that the second Dead Island should have been. I'm very excited to see what they have in store for future DLC, and the game has been action-packed this far. I love every single moment of it. I would have to give the game at least an 8.5 out of 9. What brings it, or 8.5 out of 10, excuse me. What brings it down for me are the clunky climbing controls, and then sometimes when you're trying to get in and out of inventories is, you know, you have to experience it to see it. Overall, it's an excellent game. I loved it. You guys go ahead and pick it up. Don't be afraid of it. It's definitely something new, something fresh. The visuals are very nice and clean, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Facebook.com/group/SkumNation.